Good morning children. Welcome to online classes. This is continuation class of chapter number 5, separation of substances. Children, in the earlier class we have discussed many concepts such as hand picking, threshing, winnowing, sieving. In today's class let us discuss sedimentation, decantation, filtration, evaporation, condensation, at last solution and solubility. Let us discuss one by one. Children, first one is sedimentation. Let us study about sedimentation. Here we have a rice grain full of impurities, right? What I did earlier, we are separating these impurities by using hand picking. Right children? But now in this case what we did, I put some water in this rice grain and I allowed it to settle down for some time. What I observed was these impurities will float in the water. You must have seen in your mother washing rice grain before cooking them, right? So that the impurities will come out the top and our rice grains settle at the bottom of the container. Right children? So when the heavier component in a mixture settles after water is added to it, this process is called as sedimentation. Once again I will repeat the meaning for sedimentation. When the heavier component in a mixture settles after water is added to it, this process is called as sedimentation. Children, next is decantation. The process in which water or any other liquid above the sediment is removed or poured out without disturbing the sediment is called as decantation. So observe the below given pictures. So in this process we are removing this water and by removing impurities are present in it, right? In this process we are removing a liquid and the impurities without disturbing the sediment. So what do you mean by sediment? Which is settle at the bottom of the container. Without disturbing the sediment we are removing impurities, right? So this process is called as decantation. So what do you mean by decantation? The process in which water or any other liquid above the sediment is removed or poured out without disturbing the sediment is called as decantation. See one more example they given. It is also used to separate two immiscible liquids, that is oil and water. Children, I hope you all understood this, right? Children, next is filtration. Filtration is a method for separating an insoluble solid from a liquid by passing it through a medium many times. Filtration is used to separate pulp and seeds from the juice. It is also used to separate cheese or paneer from the milk. Observe the below given pictures. Children, one more example. Let us consider a mixture of a liquid and solid. After preparing tea, what to do to remove the tea leaves? Usually we use strainer to remove the tea leaves, right? Now pour the tea through a strainer. Did all the tea leaves remain in the strainer? Yes. This process is also called as filtration. Children, evaporation. The evaporation is the process in which a liquid gets converted into its vapors. Once again, the evaporation is the process in which a liquid gets converted into its vapors. Evaporation can be used to separate a solids dissolved in a liquid. This process is used many times to separate salt water or seawater. Seawater is allowed to stand in a shallow pits. Water gets heated by sunlight and slowly turns into water vapors through evaporation. In a few days, water evaporates completely, leaving behind the solid salts. Then the common salt is obtained from this mixture of salts by further purification. Children, observe the below given images. Children, next is condensation. Meaning of condensation: the process of conversion of water vapors into its liquid form is known as condensation. Once again, the process of conversion of water vapors into its liquid form is called as a condensation. When steam comes in contact with the metal plate cooled with ice, it condenses and forms liquid water. The water drops that you observe falling from the plate were due to condensation of steam. Observe the below given images. Children, next is solution and solubility. Let us discuss solution. Solution is a mixture of two or more substances. That means the amount of solute that can be dissolved in solvent is called as a solution. Example: salt and water, sugar and water. Observe the beside given image. So what do you mean by solute? A substance that dissolved in a solution is called as a solute. So what do you mean by solvent? Solvent is able to dissolve other substances. What do you mean by solvent? Solvent is able to dissolve other substances, right? Now let us discuss solubility. In solubility, there are two types. First one is saturated solution. Second one is unsaturated solution. Let us discuss one by one. Saturated solution. If the solute do not dissolve in the solvent, then it is called as saturated solution. That means salt or sugar do not dissolve in the water. Understood? Observe the images. Now next is unsaturated solution. If the solute dissolve in the solvent, then it is said to be unsaturated solution. That means salt or sugar completely dissolved in the water. It is said to be unsaturated solution. Children, by this we have completed this chapter. Note down the home assignment. Answer the following questions. First question: what is sedimentation? Second question: define decantation. Third question: differentiate between evaporation and condensation. Fourth question: give examples for solute, solvent. Thank you. We will join in the next class.